kinds of boats and canoes and rubber rafts going down. It's quite interesting.
They could have chosen a slightly more dynamic spokesperson.
She's the boss. Jeff Howe said, you know Daddy Warbucks? She's Daddy Warbucks. Did you hear that? And that's nice.
What is it? Turn it over to Susan and Dave. Gosh, it's nice to see you too.
Well, good evening, Mary. It's a gorgeous evening at the end of a rainy day. I'll bet it's beautiful there on the boat. We're having a very exciting time right now. I've been over at the house with one of my females, Misty, and she's had 7 puppies born just in the last hour and a half. So she's a very busy dog right now, as we have been, because we want to be with the parents when they're whelping the pups to make sure that everything goes safely. But most importantly, to be able to bond with the pups. Although their eyes are shut for the first 10 days of their life, they have a good sense of smell. So we'll pick up each puppy individually and blow across their noses.
Be sure and watch your monitors.
And
okay.
They start to bond with us right away and get a sense of us. But this bonding, of course, continues throughout their entire lives. It is most important right here in the early weeks and months. You can see these other little guys over here. They're 3 weeks old and they're starting to get around pretty good. Particularly this one. He's always a lively one. He's always out searching around. Their mom is over there running around, as are some of our retired dogs.
Where's Balto?
And in about 6 weeks, these pups are going to be a little bit too big for running around just as pet. They want to go a little further. So we start to take them in the woods with us on daily walks. And we're trying to teach the puppies the same love of adventure that we have. So we take some of these older dogs because we're also trying to teach them a trust and be trusted relationship. And it's pretty easy to do because there's so many obstacles out there on the trail. There's a little bit of water to swim through, some steep cliffs to go up, and some big logs to climb over. And we're there to encourage them over those obstacles, praise them on the other side, but most importantly, if it's too much for them, then we're there to let them over. Now, this is the mother of the pups here, but the dog over there in the tall grass, that's Winning Colors. She's 15 years old. She's the oldest member of the kennel right now. We're very lucky they live so long and can be so healthy. Right now I have 28 retired dogs, and
That looks good.
we've got one of our other oldest dogs here, Poppers, and 2 of our newly retired dogs, Winning Colors and our Griffin and TW. And what we do with those older dogs, of course, instead of just having them be our dear friends that are helping keep the couch warm, they're the ones that help us train these puppies. And they even help us train them as they're 1-year-olds and 2-year-olds before they enter their first race. So they have an adult dog by their side, and I know that they're able to learn more from them than they ever can from us. And that first day in harness is one of the most interesting and exciting. And we take one of these adult leaders out in front and 4 to 6 puppies behind at about 5 months of age that have never been in harness. And it's so instinctive in the puppies to pull that within 2 minutes they start to look like a small adult team of dogs, just going right down the trail. So we actually have a saying here at the kennel that it only takes us 2 minutes to teach them to go, but about 2 years to teach them to walk.
Susan, that's great. Now, you said how many, did you say how many dogs total that you have here?
Oops, lost my...
Boy, we are having such a population explosion right now. I haven't even done all the counting. This last 2 weeks we've had 4 litters born. But of the adult dogs, we have 80 adult dogs, including the puppies that are now 10 months old. And so if I added all these other ones, then I think
It's a rotating kennel.
I'm not sure.
Boy, that's
Like
a
for the space
lot
program,
of
isn't it? It's like a centrifugal thing.
Yeah.
You spin around until they throw up.
Maybe so.
Quite a bit of help
It's for the
here.
altitude or something?
Well, we have some
Can she
wonderful
send the
help,
dogs into space?
in the summer, and in all year round, we've got our daughter Tekla, who's now 7 years old, and she's a big help. Shoshana, at a little under 2, is not such a big help yet, but she loves playing with the puppies and everything. But
Got it. You got it.
a group of dogs that she takes care of
Colin will enjoy
on her
that.
own, and she keeps them
Yeah, he will.
in a separate little dog lot over by the house. And she
I
feeds
couldn't
them
buy the
water
moose, but at least he can have that
cleans up
picture.
after them. And last year, when she was in first grade, she'd come she'd hook up a small team of dogs and head out here onto the trail. And she'd set up a little tent camp out there. And she'd use it to simulate the checkpoints on the Iditarod. And she'd stop and feed the dogs as we would at the checkpoints on the Iditarod. At the end of the day, she'd come in and tell me that she'd won the Iditarod.
Oh, great. Well, I'm glad you mentioned the girls, Tekla and Shoshana. I was going to ask how they're doing. And we were wondering, some people might wonder about this merry-go-round over here.
Yeah, good question.
How are the girls?
Yeah, we have a lot of fun tools that we use to help exercise. In the summertime, you can see this little cart over here. On the cool days or when it's raining, we can have a couple dogs pull that cart, and that's fun for them. Right here, we've got our riverboat. We can take up to 20 dogs at a time in there and go down to one of the islands on the Tanana. And we just let the dogs run loose with us out there. They get to do a little bit of swimming. So everybody has a real good time there. But right here in the yard, this is another great way to exercise them, and especially the young dogs just love this. We'll attach a dog to each one of these stations, and they love to pull this round and round. They actually get it going very fast. And then if one of them decides they've had enough of the pulling, they can just jump on board there and get a little ride from the other.
Good idea. That's cute. It seems like that one really likes getting in the box there for you. Well, this has just been a real treat, and a treat for me because I don't get to come and see you very often on the boat in the summertime.
No, it's been fun to see all of you, and it looks like you're just going to have a beautiful cruise.
Well, we're grateful that that sun came out, Sutton. Thank you again. And Dave, I wanted to ask you about you were in the Yukon Quest this year, and then you won the Yukon Quest, and I've forgotten what year it was, so refresh my memory.
Well, I won the Yukon Quest, the 1,000-mile race from Fairbanks to Weymouth in 1988, which of course was 14 years ago, and then we took a little break. I was helping Susan with her racing, and of course, when we had the Duke kids, we were running different races than the long ones, and so I went back for the first time last year, and with a team of rookie dogs, which means they never competed in the 1,000-mile race. I ended up fourth, so I'm pretty happy with that overall.
Well, congratulations. That is a rugged race too. And some say more so than the Iditarod. I don't know what Susan would say.
We have discussions about that on a daily basis.
Well, great. Well, it's nice to see you both, and thank you for showing us those puppies and that brand new little puppy.
Yeah, well, thank you for stopping by. Enjoy your evening on the Canada.
Thanks again. Great. Let's give a big hand to Susan and Dave for coming out tonight. Thanks so much.
Give us a kiss.
Special treatment for our visitors when they come up from the States News. Follow that Iditarod and the local news and they're in the lower states and on TV, so they really like to see that. See her in person. I can't quite imagine taking care of 100 dogs.
There's something big and big in the house.
We'll go cruise on down to Tina here.
I wonder if that's theirs too. This might just be the doghouse. Wow. Man. No, I bet that is their whole spread.
Really, yeah, it's still going. Yeah, I still see Pam. I'm thinking the dog still pays off.
No kidding.
They'll follow this. He'll herd them and they'll know where they have to go.
Hey!
And away they go. They look shaggy, Lucy. Where they're shaggy. Oh!
Spear him.
Oh man, I deleted my picture.
He has a mind to be
What, is she not paid up?
What's the deal? What's with the
But
bug?
the Eskimo, the missionaries wanted to try to make the Eskimos Oregon, one of them, down that far south. And this is China's Rock. And look at the rocky area just ahead on the right, just off the Ghana, for white things on the rock up here. Those are nests.
I wonder what kind of fireplace they have.
And they just have